in the science experiments that we've been doing so far, we've been looking at leaves. And today we're going to do an experiment to see if we can actually observe photosynthesis taking place. And during photosynthesis, a gas called carbon dioxide is absorbed and oxygen is released from the leaf. So we're going to see if we can observe this by taking a normal leaf like this one. And for this experiment, which you can try at home by the way, you're going to need a glass, and then we're also going to need some hot water. And in this jug I've got some hot water which has just come from the kettle. Now obviously this water is extremely hot, so if you're going to use hot water like this, you need to be very careful that this hot water doesn't get accidentally poured on yourself or on any electrical equipment nearby. So then let's do the experiment. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the leaf and I'm going to put it in the clear glass. And I'm going to try and make sure that as much of the leaf is covered by the water, so you push it all the way down to the bottom, but not damaging it, just being careful. And then we're going to take the hot water and we're going to very carefully pour it over the surface of the leaf. And I'm going to put enough hot water in the cup that it covers the whole of the leaf. And there we go, just finish off that. And there's enough water there now that the leaf is completely submerged. I'm just going to turn it over so you can see. Now at the moment there are no bubbles at all on the surface of the leaf, and we'll check back in a few minutes to see if that's changed. So the leaf has been in the water for about 3 minutes, and I'm going to zoom the camera in now, and you might be able to see that something has started happening on the surface of the leaf. I'm just going to zoom in here and hopefully you can see that. Now then, look at those. Okay, I'm just going to hold it nice and steady there. As you can clearly see, bubbles are starting to form on the surface of the leaf. So what we're witnessing here is a process called transpiration. And if you look at the diagram there, the surface of the leaves contain tiny pores called stomata. And this is where the gas exchange occurs. Carbon dioxide diffuses into the leaf for use in photosynthesis, and oxygen diffuses out. And the size of the opening of the stomata is controlled by something called the guard cells. So diffusing basically means that gases can be exchanged. That means they can move into the leaf and out of the leaf. And water vapour evaporates from the cells lining the air spaces in the leaves and then diffuses through the open stomata to pass out of the leaf. And this loss of water vapour is known as transpiration. Plants can limit their water loss by closing their stomata. So what we're seeing on the video is this actually happening. Carbon dioxide was locked inside the leaf when I took the leaf down from the tree. And when I put it in the water, the reason you can see bubbles is that this is oxygen diffusing out of the leaf back into the atmosphere again. And this is happening through these tiny little spaces called stomata in the leaves. When we do experiments in science, it's always a good idea to make sure that our results are dependable. So how do you think we could make these results about the leaf dependable? Well, what we could do is we could try another type of leaf in the same experiment and see if we get the same results. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to introduce another leaf into the experiment, and this one is a lot smaller, and I've got my hot water there, and I'm just going to put the leaf in the water, and it might need a bit of persuading to go down there. Okay, in fact I'm going to have to poke it down with something. So I'm pushing the leaf down now with the spoon, and as we zoom in you can clearly see that there are quite a lot of bubbles, in fact, on the bottom surface of this leaf. So if there are bubbles in the water, that clearly means that there's a gas, and this gas is the oxygen which is diffusing from the leaf through these tiny little holes in the surface of the leaf, which are called stomata. I hope you've enjoyed the experiment today and that you've learned a lot more about one of the important processes that happens during photosynthesis. And you can try this experiment at home yourself, but please always remember that if you're going to be using glass objects or very hot water, that you take extra special care and that you're supervised by an adult while you're trying this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.